All right, guys, I switched my laundry. Maybe this is what I need to do. I need to do like a live marathon where I go live until my laundry's done, and then I switch my laundry, and then I come back, and then I end up getting so much stuff done because I'll have lives done all day, and then I'll have my laundry done. No, because then I have to fold it. Let's make sure we're here. Okay, so I really need to get a more professional setup. Okay. Anyways, I needed to do I'll change the title to this, to Hot Mess Express. Hey, Clarita. So, you guys, I haven't done like just a hangout and chat in a while, I think. I don't know, honestly. And I just was like, you know what, I'm just gonna get it all out while this might be 2 hours. No, it won't. Don't let me do that because I have to cut a ton of stuff. I have to cut a bunch of our Mickey ears that came in your guys' mystery box because I'm trying to show you a bunch of ways to use those because I'm really excited about them actually. They are so cool, but they are so versatile that I was like, wow, I really need to make demos. I can't just leave y'all hanging. But so you're probably gonna get like a tutorial every single week coming up based just around the new Mickey ear that I came out with. They are cute. Thank you. You don't even know. They're not even done. Like, they are so cute. Like, you think they're cute? Just wait. They are literally going to be the cutest ears on the planet. And I have a big promo idea for bringing them to, like, make and take projects for pinners and stuff. But I'm excited. Can you tell? I don't even know. Sometimes I'm like, how am I really reading? Like, do I read as great as I feel or as not great as I feel? Anyways, hey, Emmy. Hey, Shronda. Hey, Jennifer. So I had to get my Olipop. You guys know what I say when I find a cream soda. It's going to be a good day, which maybe that's why I'm having a really good year because Costco now has cream soda. So they're not as hard to come across anymore. But you guys, happy Friday, Mel. Oh, Freakier Friday comes out today. I think me and Anna are going to see it, which is so funny. Well, obviously this is why they came out with it. But like when the first one came out, we resonated with the teenager and now we resonate with the mom. But now we'll resonate with the teenager again because she's an adult. I'm so excited. So I think we're going to see that tonight if we can get tickets. But I have to finish a bunch of stuff. So I've been rewarding myself with dumb stuff. And not dumb, but like I have to buy jeans and I had to buy jeans, but I put it off. I was like, I am not buying jeans until I am finished with a CraftyCon to do that was like looming over my head. I was like, I just don't want to write up all of this. I had to like write up filming scripts and I'm fine with it, but it was just one of those things that I was like, okay. So anyways, all good things. I'm trying my hardest not to complain because complaining is annoying, but there's a reality to needing to let some stuff out and off your chest, you know? And so I decided to do it as professionally as I could, posting it on the internet. So no, I think that actually helps me because it helps me not like gossip. It helps me just learn like how do you talk about issues that you're going through without dragging people through the mud and without being rude. Like, I mean, I've been rude before, but my calendar is a to-do list. LOL, I was going through the week, see how it's going, then I can see where I can plan next week. I don't understand. I don't. My brain isn't working anymore. It's Friday, and it's been a long week, guys. A long week. And I'm not exhausted, but I'm exhausted. Like this part of my brain is exhausted. And then like this part is like, let's go, CraftyCon filming next week. Got distracted, opened my weekend box. Whoop, whoop, girl. So I got the sweetest message yesterday. Someone was like, when is the next one coming out? I was like, girl, we haven't even started on the projects in this box. Like, make the stuff in the box before I come out with another one. But this whole process has made me fall in love with like everything all over again. the cool thing about CraftyCon, and I cry every time I think about it, because I'm like, God put this on my heart, and literally he did it. He did so much through it. Every single element of this event has strengthened my skills in everything I'm going to need to do moving forward with my business. And everything down to like script writing, to setting up flights for people to come out and film with me, for setting up sets, for working with amazing people who are going to be sponsors, for like me having to come up with creative ideas that we're going to be doing and then leading people. And it's been all this like restorative stuff that I felt like I wasn't able to do ever again. I was like, I'm never going to be able to come up with creative content. I'm never going to be able to edit videos again. I'm never going to be able to, and I'm sitting here like putting this in my brain, thinking this, but then CraftyCon, which I was just like, I just want to do this one little thing. And it turned into this big thing where, I mean, it's always been a big thing, but in my brain, I was like, it's easy, let's do it. And it just like reassured me, no, you know how to do all of this. And God just keeps showing up over and over. And now the spiritual battles are hitting, and I just knew it. I was like, I know the week, and I know God will protect next week. This is how he does it, and I'm praying that he continues, but this is how he works. He gives me this little oomph of, are you really willing to push through this? And then he'll let the enemy loosen up the reins, and he'll show up big time, and he'll work through it. And I know because I've been through this before, and he does it through CHI fundraisers, and he's done it through my trips to Africa. He does this. After saying yes to God's will so many times, I have seen him and what he does. And I'm not saying like, oh, I know him like this. Like, he tells us this is how he works. Like, he's like, I'm going to send you on a mission, and in that mission, you're going to be tested a lot. And not to say like CraftyCon is a mission. I hate to say that because it's like just all business. But at the same time, like, he did put this in my heart, like, and he's given me a lot of experience to be able to do this. Anyways, yeah. So I literally was like, I just want to complain on the internet. And now all I'm doing is like expressing gratitude, because we talked about it in the last video. Like, I spent a year healing my neural pathways to not think so negatively. So like, while I was like, maybe ranting on the internet would be the best thing for me today, knowing darn well that's not the best thing for me, be sure to give a thumbs up. Thank you, V. That was so sweet. But yesterday's message that someone had asked me, when's the next one? And then that I nailed it with this box, and that this box, and when I say I nailed it, I say God nailed it, because I had an idea for what this box was going to be, but I didn't know which sponsors were going to say yes. I didn't know what we'd actually end up getting. And the idea that I wanted to piggyback off of the theme of therapeutic crafts, it just happened that way, in a sense. Like, I put that out there, and I was like, I want a therapeutic box. I don't want a bunch of Cricut materials, so you're gonna have to whip your Cricut out. Like, let's put the Cricut away, put your tote bag, put everything in your tote. We're going crafting, girlfriends, you know. So I'm also blessed that my son will be home after a week in the hospital. Oh my gosh. Okay, let's turn this video around real quick. I want to hear everything you guys are grateful for right now, and anything God has done in your life showing up, even through hard things. Even if it's a hard season, where have you seen him? Because I'm not going to let this happen. I'm not going to let negativity take me down. Okay, so maybe going on the internet and ranting is the best thing for me, because I want to see some good stuff. And I don't care if there's some bad stuff too. If you want to talk about your bad stuff, you know, I have been blessed with the bestest friend in the world, and keep telling me good things. We live far away from each other, but we were messaging each other last night, and I was like, God sent me her in my life. We've known each other since we were babies. We have both had extremely hard lives. And so we vent to each other because we are family. We know each other's families well. So we don't have to go into a backstory with each other or whatever, but I'm just so grateful for her. And if you can shift your mind to see who God has put in your life, maybe it's me. Maybe it's me today, and I'm here for you. I'm here for you. I want to hear it all. Even if you just send me a message and you're like, hey, don't read this. I just need somebody to send all of this to. safe with me. I'll put it in my archives if you want me to, but if you just need someone to like send stuff to, and I've gotten emails before of people being like, and here, all these things are happening. And I'm just like, first of all, we're not alone in this. Everybody struggles. Everybody has these things. But my best friend and I last night were like in the pits. We were like, why were we born? Why were we born? Period. Like sometimes we both ask that, but you know, we get out of that, and the enemy wants you to think, why were you born? He wants you to think that. And so if you've ever had those thoughts, why were you born? Like, kick rocks, dude. Enemy, like, I was born because of you, because you need somebody to look you in the face and say, I was born because I was born. Hope that will be so good. Yeah, I mean, if you feel like sharing why he was in the hospital, but I'm so grateful he's out too. My aunt was in the hospital for a couple weeks too, guys, and she got out, and we're just praying for her health. But I did not get a chance to visit her. One of the reasons why I'm like, okay, I really got to get my systems in place, because CraftyCon and me were like 100% going. And when I heard she was in the hospital, I was just like, I gotta go visit her. So I'm thankful for this community, says Heather. We're thankful for you too. I'm thankful for all of you guys. You guys just like have so much of my heart. So much so that I can move to the mountains and be isolated and still feel like I have somewhat of a community. I was having a day the other day, and I was saying the same things, like stop being negative in my mind because it's the enemy. So I have been trying best thoughts too. Yeah, girl. And it's neuroscience as well. Like, I love that neuroscience is catching up to biblical truths, because I love science, and I love studying like God's creation. In my mind, it's studying God's creation. And he says, in all things through prayer and petition with thanksgiving, present your requests to God. So, and neuroscience has shown that, oh, and then it continues to say, and the peace of God that surpasses all understanding will be with you. The God of peace will be with you. And that is neuroscience. If your brain literally uses the same spot for anxiety and anxious thinking as it does for gratitude. So when you replace it with gratitude, you have no space for anxiety. And that's not just superstitious hoopla. That is literal science. You cannot be anxious and grateful at the same time. You might be able to toggle real quick between, which I do and have done many times, where it's like, I remember this conversation with my best friend from high school, and I hope she would not care me sharing it, but she was in the pits one day, and she was literally like, I hate my body. And I was like, well, at least you have a body. And then she's like, I hate my legs. I was like, at least you have legs. And we were just going back, and she's like, that's true. And she's like, but I hate them. And so you can toggle back and forth, but you have to focus on getting those thoughts positive again. Yeah, so I had a great, oh, happy birthday, Missy. You had a great birthday. What did you do? Did you do something fun? Are you doing something fun? Okay, so here's an idea for anyone who has like a milestone birthday. I think this is what I'm gonna do for my 40th, which isn't for another year. But I was like, what if, because I always want to do a destination birthday, but like, honestly, that feels weird to me, like to be like, everybody save up your money to go celebrate me. I just like travel, and I like my friends, and I like people. So I'm like, if you want to come. But I was like, what if I did a local destination as if I was on vacation in my own backyard, not my backyard, but like in my own vicinity, where anyone can join me on any part of it. So like, I literally set the week up as if I was on vacation. Like, today I'm going to the spa, and today and I mean, Lord willing, I have the funds to do this in a year and a half. But just saying, like, it could be very simple things too. Like, I'm gonna go out to lunch on Wednesday, and then I'm gonna go get pedicures on Thursday, and then I'm gonna go get on a little shopping spree and get some new jeans on Friday, or whatever. It could be simple or big. But then you send that itinerary out to your fave peeps and be like, join me on any part, but let me know, so that I can like at least make that a good, like a plan, you know, like if we're 20 of us are going. You know what? I'm about to be real negative right now, because Dustin just came back from an hour-long drive, and he was driving through the city, and I asked him, are you going through this part of the city? He did not respond, and it's probably because he knew I was going to ask for Dutch Bros. Okay, he didn't even read it. I think that was his truck that just came through. Anyways, he's buying crates for wood because we have to season it for a year, and then he's going to sell firewood next year. So that's cool. But he had to drive like an hour away. That's what I did sort of for my 50th. Yeah, so, and Melissa, that was such a good, like, you got to come up with a party set up for me for that, because that would be fun to do, and then have that for people to be able to use. Taking the babies to the Omaha Zoo on Tuesday before school starts. Whoop, whoop. I'm grateful for this community. I've met great friends, says Missy. Went to Seattle Pike Place Market. That's fun. I've never been to Seattle. My cousin lives just outside of Seattle, and then Ken and Sean live in Seattle, and they've also done Creativation in Seattle was this year, but I was busy. I couldn't go. So if I am ever going to Seattle, I will let you know. We can meet up. I need 40 party too, girl. Me and you next year. Are you 40 next year too? We're the same age. It doesn't seem real, but 40 is the new 30 and 30 is the new 21. That's what I always tell people. And everyone agrees that that's kind of the thing. Like, that's how it feels. So Melissa, 50 is the new 40, or 35, I would say. You're a young 50 too. So, like, you have a young spirit. I'm now it. I will hand deliver to you. There is a little gnat in here. Also, I have a bin. Let me just complain a little bit, because this is the type of stuff I like to complain about when I'm like, there's so much big stuff going on. Let's complain about the little stupid stuff. It's not even stupid. It's terrifying. There's a spider web completely over my current projects bin that I take with me everywhere. So good thing it's Dustin's day off, because I'm like, actually I grabbed this and I just kind of like slowly pull things out, look at it, and then I put it down. And so I've been doing that. All my embroidery stuff was in there, but my 40th birthday gift was finding out I was pregnant. Yay! That was, and now you've got a sweet, almost adult. Oh, no. Sorry, Jennifer. I was reading you as Melissa. Yeah, Jennifer, you have Aurora. Yes. I was like, the math is not mathing. Melissa's daughter's like my daughter's age. So anyways, that was Jen's comment. You know what? You are in good company, Jen, because all my friends have little kids. All of them. Not all of them. I have some. Okay, so I've always hung out with people older than me because my girls, I had them so young. So all my friends were always older. But now that I'm like, okay, how am I putting this? So then all the people my age were like out doing other things besides the little kid stuff. Now all my friends my age are doing little kid stuff, and I'm like, I guess I gotta hang out with my older friends still because we're empty-ish nesters. So I'm 20 days older than you. Oh, that's funny, because I say my best friend a lot. I have a lot of best friends, I swear. I accumulated them over the years, and they were all like have their own moment to shine as my best friends. So they're still all my best friends. But my best friend Michelle is, I think I'm 20 days younger than her, and she does not let me live that one down. So I will not let you live that one down, because now I have someone I can tell that to. I live about an hour and a half from Seattle. Yeah, so Seattle would be a fun meetup for some people, no? I don't know. I've never been. So actually, I've heard great things about it, except for the cost of living. I saw an episode of House Hunters in Seattle, and I was like, holy moly. The housing market's even higher than California, at least Northern California. Is that true? They were looking at like little dinky houses for like $1 million. It was crazy. Did I miss anyone's comments? Anyways, I thought I was going to complain. You guys made me feel better. I have tons of Mickey ears to cut today, and I need to test out some embroidery. Hi, Ollie Pop. They're back from their road trip. Hey, hi. Why did you not text me back?
You texted me? I didn't see your text.
It's too late now. We're not driving through the city, the town that has...
Were you asking, are you going through Auburn? No. Went through Colfax.
Yeah, so it wouldn't have mattered anyways.
Why? What was in Auburn?
Nothing.
You live?
Yes. I've been going live 9 p.m. on TikTok each night. I know, is that your time frame or mine? Anna says, hi, Dustin.
Hi, Anna.
And I didn't even know you were here. Are we going to the movies tonight? Are you going to the movies? No, you're not invited. It's a girls thing. You want to see Freakier Friday?
Me?
Yeah. But I
I'm in.
didn't invite him. What?
Who are you talking to?
You.
Freaky Friday?
Freakier Friday.
I'm not sure about that.
That's a no?
Maybe?
No, you have to say no.
Oh, no.
Thanks.
Would you like an omelet?
No. Thank you.
Come on, Bubba's.
An omelet? Like, when does he make omelets? Never. Anyways, so I'm in an intermittent fasting. We talked about this last time. He popped in alive and he did that. He likes to look good and act like he makes me breakfast every day. But I'm like, I'm in an intermittent fasting window. I can't eat yet. I love when we got to meet up at the Denver airport for coffee during your layover. Oh, you guys got to meet up? That's so fun. Yeah, Melissa, you need to do like some crafting retreats. She's super good at that stuff. And I wasn't able to make it to her 50th. I can't remember why. I had a lot going on in my life. Why do I always have so much going on in my life? Yeah, so gotta love them anyways. Oh, the husbands? Yeah. He's on my last nerve today. Everyone is, though. It's not, he can't take it personally. No, I'm like, my central nervous system is totally on high alert right now. And after learning to get it under control and not be in a sense of like fight or flight all the time, I just feel so terrible. I'm like, oh yeah, this is how like life used to always just feel. And now I have like a day of it. So I got to figure out like, how do I get rid of it? Because I actually haven't fallen like, you know that anxious feeling where you're like, you don't know what's wrong, but you know there's something wrong, but you know that there's a reason. Like, my brain isn't putting it together that it's like you're doing a bunch of stuff, you've got a bunch of stuff going on in your life, like all this stuff is happening, you're anxious, but my brain doesn't compute that as each other. Like, you're anxious, there's something wrong with you. That's what my brain likes to say. And then it's like, you're never getting out of this, you're not gonna fix it, you're stupid. Holy moly, that scared me. So I have a lag. I had this video paused for a long time. That was creepy. I've had the live paused and I guess I started it, but it's probably about 5 minutes behind. And I saw Dustin and I was like, wait, there's not that much of a lag. And then I'm like, he's not there. And I was like, it's not there. What the heck? So that was scary. So let's plan another one. Mountain crafting retreat. Great content for mama birds. Yes. So my goal is to get everything up here settled and then really figure out, am I doing something on my property or am I just going to wing it for a while and work out of this room? Because ideally, if I were to build something on our property, this room we can use for like future in-law quarters or families that would want to like come and coming from out of town. Something super cool that I don't think I've ever told you guys about is so Emmanuel, my sponsored child from Africa, he is graduated out of the program. I'm actually supporting him. Like, I'm literally just paying his rent, which is like $40 a month. Like, it's for him to go to a free college. He's in electrician school right now, but we're super connected on Instagram, Facebook. We talk like every single day. He sends me pictures of like his ministry and stuff. But one of the things that people love to do when like anyone comes out here for testimonies and stuff is house them. And I'm like, you know, setting up an amazing guest house would be awesome for anyone really to come out. Like, this could be something where people could stay eventually if we finished it, and then I had the retreat center or the crafting area outside of this, because this has like a bathroom that we could renovate and stuff too. So it's like, it's more of like a house, but it's not safe enough to be a house right now. So come to Colorado, my friend as a crafting cabin here. Yeah, and that's actually Melissa, because like Mama Birds is right up my alley with almost having no little, like, I don't know, we're still on the fence with what's happening there. But I was thinking about that. I was like, I should start traveling to people. Like, I should start showing up and being like, hey, I'm coming to do content with you. Like, you don't need to come to me. I can come to you. Or we can rent an Airbnb in your area and do more stuff. So it's kind of what CraftyCon is. It's like a Kickstarter to seeing how well we can film in an Airbnb and how well it goes over and how well sponsors like it. So then we can reach out to like more sponsors to sponsor more fun things to do. So, yes. So I didn't complain that much, I think. I don't know. I complained a little bit, but I don't have much to complain about in the crafting world, only when I start to use a new machine, but I don't know. What's everyone working on today? Where are you guys at? I have a lot to do, so I do need to jump off. Probably switch my laundry soon. But yeah, I thought that I would jump on here and just hang out and chat with y'all for a little bit. I feel like I missed some people in Zoom on Wednesday. So yeah, I'm still in a mood though. I'm like, no, I'm not feeling good still. But you know what? That's a part of discipline, is just pushing through when you don't feel like doing anything either. And maybe I'll feel better tomorrow. You know when I know I'll feel better? When everyone cuts out here on Tuesday. I know, like, seeing people that I've never met Ivy in person, and I've never met Lindsay in person. So it'll be super fun, I think. And then Jess and we meet up in Disneyland every time I'm down there. So super excited to see one of my besties and then personally get to hang out. And I'm making them get pizza from my favorite local pizza place and our favorite local ice cream place. So I was like, it's so cool to like bring people out to your neck of the woods, and then just, because at first we were like, let's get fancy sushi and stuff, and we're like, no, let's give them like the hometown experience, you know. Good luck with your nephew. Thank you. Yeah, not gonna go too much into detail with anything, but we're just praying for the whole situation. So but we want to have him back soon, but yeah. So and then just a lot of things, like I'm moving my mom. I gotta move her house now, so we're selling her house, and it's not a good time to sell before the holidays. So it's like, we either do it within the next month and a half, or we keep it on the market. But the market is going down, so it's just like a logistical thing, but which is annoying because I really genuinely love the selling process and the flipping process. So I'm also wondering, should I film that? I'll film it regardless, because honestly, I have all of our home process documented from all of the homes we've ever flipped ourselves. But I kind of wanted to document her house, because if I ever do make another channel that's just, well, Dustin wants to do a channel based on like our homesteading life. We're not homesteaders, but he thinks we are. And his garden is actually so amazing. I didn't even realize until I was down there the other day, because I've been MIA. I have been nothing but working. And so I went down there with my nieces, and my niece was in it, and she looked like this fairy goddess in a garden. I didn't even take a picture of her, and I was just like, my husband's garden is amazing. But so maybe you should start his YouTube channel. But all that to say, if I were to ever document or like post housing, real estate type stuff on a YouTube channel, I have all of that. But I think for my mom's house, I want to document it because it's such a reality situation. Like, we're looking to move her into like a brand newish mobile home, which could be a bad move financially for someone who like needs investments, but she's at retirement age, so she's like wanting just a more simple life rather than home ownership, where like if the AC breaks or whatever. So her house is just like dwindling, and I'm like, but people are buying dwindled houses right now. So we're gonna do some like minor cosmetic upgrades as fast as we can, like rip out her carpet. It's a smaller house, so it's nice that we could just do it probably quicker. But like, she's accumulated a lot of stuff because she's a person, you know, like that's what we do when we live in a home. And so it's like, we got to move all of her stuff, and then we got to renovate a little bit, and then we got to list it, and then we got to hope it sells, and then we got to find her a place. But I don't know. That's a part of life, you know? And that's just one of those things where I'm like, that's just a part of life. Those things are doable. Do I want to do it right now? No, but you know, no better time. I would be moving her a little closer to us too, which would make me happy because we're kind of like migrating to a different part of, not different part of California, but like, okay, so here's our central, like where we go to church, and we've always lived right around it. And then my studio's here. We moved up here. So like now I drive past our hub of like where all of our friends live, and then I go to my studio. So I'm wanting to move my studio here. My mom kind of lives over here too. So like I want to move her like at least here. So she's on this side of our life, and then slowly hopefully get all my nieces and nephews further up this way. But you know, I don't know. So if it were my dream, I would have everybody living on land up at the same place. But, you know, that's like everyone's dream, but it's really not an easy task if you don't have everyone on board for it. So, I'm hoping to sell ours next year, so that would be great. Yeah, and I don't know, you're like if you have a newer house or whatever, but I love the housing process. I actually was starting to work on my real estate license. I need to stick back with it, but I just want to get it just to have it because I'm the type of weirdo that like will find something random and be like, that's a good idea. Let's just go buy it. And I mean, not that I want to get to a point where like I can just invest like that, but not in the season right now. But at the same time, like I'm down for like if I find a random lot of land that has like that I know is going to appreciate and be useful in 20 years and it would be a good price, and I want to buy it, you know, and I don't want to wait for a realtor to have to bring me there to show me it. So I'm dealing with this with my parents too, looking to move them maybe back to Florida in the 55 plus community close to my brother. It would be more affordable for them. Yeah. And that's kind of the thing too, is I want her in a 55 plus community too, because they have cool ones that have like pools and spas and all these things. And I was like, Mom, you deserve this. My mom's been through a lot. She's lost a husband. She's lost a brother. She's lost a daughter. She's lost, like, when I talk about my mom, I'm like, it's, you know, it's a lot. But I'm like, you know, she deserves to have a little bit of peace in her life for the end round and not a dilapidated house that is just going to be a money pit. You know, she's actually technically disabled because she worked as a florist forever, and then her hands, she can't work with her hands because she has arthritis. So it's just been a mess. And I'm like, so I had to take care of her. You know, it's a part of it. And I don't have my dad anymore, so it's like I only have one parent to take care of, and gotta do her good, you know? Gotta get her set, living her best life. So, but that means I have to do it this year. I'm like, can we wait till next year? But I don't think the market's gonna be hot next year. It could be, but I don't want to chance it. The worst part would be to be stuck with the house and not have any options, you know? So, gotta move quickly. I'm kind of a quick mover. Like, literally I can move fast, but then I'm also just like, once I know it's the right choice, I'm like, let's do it. Let's get it done. So, I showed the girls my fairy wings on TikTok. Yay. I know I have not been able to join in on TikTok lives, and every time I go on there to check, it always says your guys' lives are ended, and I'm like, missed it. But I have just been busy. Maybe I can jump on today while my laser is going. So if anyone's live today, let me know. Just message me on all the platforms and I'll try to get on there if I can. And then I got to get all this stuff done if we're going to Freakier Friday. I think it's 6 p.m. your time. Yes. Okay. That's what I was asking. You said you go 9 p.m. and I looked at 6 and you weren't live that day. Maybe you were a little late on there. And then I looked at 9 just to be safe, because I was like, maybe she said it in, for some reason, my time. I don't know. But I don't think you did. Don't say that about the market. LOL. Well, okay. I just am being literal here. I think it'll definitely be a buyer's market for sure. And that's the great thing about when the market goes down, is it's a buyer's market. And Dustin and I have been like sitting, waiting for that to go down. But now we're kind of like, we don't really want to buy another house right now. Like, we're not in a season to buy. So if it does go down, we'll probably just wait a whole nother decade and then start investing into real estate again. I don't know. But I'm over flipping houses. That's why I was like, Mom, I guess I can help you flip it a little bit. But she has nice hardwood floors under her carpet, so that'll make it easy because her house appraised and it had the carpet in it. And I was like, when we rip that carpet up though, and there's hardwood under there, we're gonna be sitting good on the floor. I'm going to start 15 minutes early for a boost, but planning try for an hour each time. Yeah, that's good. That's a good idea. So, yeah. So all that to say, I just felt like I needed to show up and show up because I didn't go live midweek at all this week. There will be that will be great for when we move, but I have to sell first. We only lived there 3 years by the time, so not much in equity, but I need to move to Kentucky to be with my family. I miss them. Yes, I would love to walk through that process with you when we do our one-on-one financial meeting too, because I would love to see like what that looks like. So often moving to another state, if it's a lower market, is easy. If it's a higher market, that's hard. Sometimes we have to go to the following tab to see people because sometimes I don't see people. Military has kept me away far too long. Yes. And Jennifer, I appreciate you wanting to move back to your family because my military family doesn't want to. And I take it very personally. I'm like, hello, you've been gone for 20 years. It's time to come home. But they like Texas. I don't, so I have to still go visit Texas sometimes here and there. Sorry if anyone loves Texas. I think I'm being very open with how I feel about Texas lately. There's just not much. Their food. I always go back to that. I'm like, the food is really good there. Is really good in Texas, actually. Everywhere I've eaten has been amazing. Yeah, so anyways, I'm going to get off. I just wanted to jump on and do a quick chat. Are your niece and nephew still here on base? No, they are not. My niece lives here. My niece and my daughter live together, actually. So good question. I need to update you on my family. No, so he's actually out of the army now, and they're no longer together, unfortunately. But my niece and my daughter rent a house together, and so they are living their best life near us. So, but my other military family is my cousins that my cousin retired from the Marines. So I was like, we grew up, we're 5 months apart, and our kids are 6 months, our son and daughter are 6 months apart. And so it's been hard to not have them grow up together because like we grew up together and they're 18 now, both of them. So I'm like, if they want to hang out, they can hang out. But we always had to travel for them. We did a good job of keeping them like close in each other's lives, but I don't know. Now that we don't have little kids, we're like, we're just adults. Like, move home, you know. See you ladies tonight. Meet me in the Blue Rose Garden community on TikTok. Fun. How are your lives going over there? Are you getting some traction? I didn't give up on TikTok, but I definitely didn't give up on TikTok, but I got it to the point where now I can use it the way I want to use it, which is to like pop live when I'm doing random stuff. And I just have to get in that rhythm. Okay, I'm going to get going. Back to laundry, back to cutting on the laser, and cleaning up more in here a little bit. I'm just trying to make sure I have everything ready for Tuesday. I downloaded it live studio on my laptop, but still can't go live. Your account has to be 7 days old. I learned that one. And then you have to have 1,000-ish followers, but sometimes people can do it when they have 50 followers. Just depends. The TikTok algorithm or whatever. Try to screen share. Yeah, you can do screen share if you do that. I have a million things in my brain. Like a game. Oh, like a game. I see what you mean. Doing the streaming. That's really techy though. Like streamers are super techy and they're good at that because they like tech. So if you do, try it. I gave up on that. I was like, I'm not doing that. I haven't even done that on my own YouTube channel, which is what I need to do. I need to set up, whatchamacallit. I'm trying Streamlab. I think I'm going to try that. Or I might go back to Maker Studio because I did just find, actually, Maker Studio has come a long way. I was just watching some tutorials on it and I was like, maybe I go that route again because I know how to use Maker. And I think I can invite at least one guest in. All right, I'm gonna get going. Like I've said 100 billion times. All right, bye guys. Love you.